The first 5 signs of breast cancer. Women often ignore. Most women believe that the only sign of breast cancer is a lump. But the truth is, there are other subtle warning signs that are just as important. Too often, women dismiss these changes as hormonal, stress-related, or even normal aging when in reality, they can be early breast cancer signs. Early detection can save lives. It's the difference between a treatment that's simple and one that is much more complicated. That's why understanding these overlooked signs is so powerful. In this video, we'll uncover the first 5 breast cancer signs that women often ignore but should never overlook. Stay with me because what you learn today could make a life-saving difference for you or someone you love. Before we explore the 5 warning signs, it is important to know that knowledge is power. And when it comes to breast cancer, awareness is the first step toward prevention. Each of these signs may seem harmless on their own, but together they tell a story that shouldn't be ignored. Doctors emphasize that many women delay getting checked because they think it's nothing serious. But it's that delay that can make all the difference in outcome. That's why this video is so important, because if even one person notices a symptom early, it could save a life. So let's step into the first sign, and I'll show you what to look out for. Sign 1. Unusual breast or nipple changes. One of the most commonly overlooked breast cancer signs is unusual changes in the nipple or breast. This could look like inversion of the nipple, flattening, or even discharge that seems unusual. Many women assume these changes are due to hormones or simply part of aging, but that's not always the case. If your nipple suddenly pulls inward or begins to look different than before, it's worth paying attention. Any unexplained discharge, especially if it's bloody, should be checked by a doctor immediately. Even subtle differences, like changes in the texture around the nipple, can be warning signs. The important thing is not to ignore these small but meaningful changes. Breast cancer doesn't always announce itself with pain or a large lump. Sometimes it begins with these quieter shifts in your body. Think of your breast as a messenger. When something feels different, it may be trying to tell you something important. Some women may write this off as stress, tight bras, or monthly cycles, but those explanations aren't always accurate. The reality is that these changes could be the earliest signs of something more serious. Being proactive is not about being fearful. It's about being safe. So, if you notice a change in your breast or nipple, consider it your body's way of asking you to pay closer attention. Sign 2. Persistent breast pain or tenderness. Breast pain is another sign that women often dismiss. For many, it's normal to feel tenderness around menstrual cycles, and that can make it easy to overlook something more serious. But persistent pain or tenderness that doesn't go away could be one of the breast cancer signs you need to pay attention to. When the pain is located in one specific area and lingers for weeks, it deserves further evaluation. It's not always cancer, but only a doctor can tell for sure. Pain is your body's way of signaling that something isn't right, so don't ignore it. This kind of pain is a red flag that should never be brushed off. It's important to understand that not all breast pain is equal. While most cases are harmless, the type that doesn't change or improve is different. Women sometimes mistake this for soreness caused by bras, workouts, or stress. But cancer-related breast pain often feels distinct and more constant. Listening to your body is the best gift you can give yourself. So, when discomfort becomes persistent, it's time to check it out. Ignoring it can delay diagnosis, and early intervention is key. If you're finding this information valuable, please hit the like button and subscribe. We're on a mission to reach 100,000 subscribers this year, and we cannot do it without every single one of you. Your support helps us spread life-saving information, and it means the world to us. Sign 3. Skin changes on the breast. The skin on your breast can also reveal breast cancer signs that are often ignored. Dimpling, redness, thickening, or a texture that looks like an orange peel may not seem alarming at first. Many women mistake these changes for irritation, infection, or even just skin sensitivity. But these are signals that something deeper may be happening beneath the skin. A breast that feels warm or looks inflamed without an obvious reason should never be ignored. These subtle clues can point toward inflammatory breast cancer, which is aggressive but treatable when caught early. Paying attention to the skin can save lives. Skin changes are often overlooked because they don't match the classic lump expectation most women are taught. Yet, they are among the most important breast cancer signs. The skin acts like a canvas, often showing what's happening underneath. If you see sudden changes in texture, color, or tightness, that's a reason to ask questions. Inflammatory breast cancer often progresses quickly, so timing matters. Remember, it's always better to get checked and find nothing than to wait and regret it later. These changes may seem minor, but in reality, they could be the first warning your body is giving you. If you're still watching, it shows you care about your health. The last two signs may surprise you even more, so stick with me until the end. And remember, sometimes one small piece of information can completely change the future. Sign 4. Swelling in the armpit or collarbone area. Another easily ignored breast cancer sign is swelling around the armpit or collarbone. This happens because breast cancer often spreads first to the lymph nodes in these areas. The swelling may feel like a small lump or even just tenderness that doesn't go away. Many women confuse this with muscle strain, infection, or even shaving irritation. But persistent swelling without a clear cause should always be investigated. It's one of the ways your body signals that something unusual is going on. The key is to notice the difference between normal tenderness and a change that lingers. The lymph nodes play an important role in your immune system, and when they swell, they are telling you that something is off. If the swelling appears on just one side and lasts more than a couple of weeks, don't ignore it. This is a common spot for breast cancer to show itself early. Many women miss this sign because it doesn't directly involve the breast itself, but in reality, it's deeply connected. By learning to recognize this early, you give yourself a chance at faster and more effective treatment. Awareness here can truly be life-saving. Sign 5. Unexplained changes in size or shape. One of the final breast cancer signs to look for is a sudden change in size or shape. If one breast begins to grow larger or becomes noticeably different from the other, that's a red flag. Many women dismiss this as natural asymmetry, but a sudden change is not normal. It can also present as swelling, sagging, or the breast looking heavier on one side. When this change comes on without weight gain or hormonal reasons, it deserves attention. Your breasts should maintain a relatively consistent look, so pay attention to shifts. Size and shape changes can be subtle, but they are still significant. This sign is often overlooked because women assume breasts naturally change over time. While that's true to a degree, sudden or drastic differences are worth noting. Cancer-related changes are usually more noticeable in one breast, not both. That imbalance is the clue your body gives you. This is why regular self-exams are so critical. They help you notice changes quickly. Consistency is key in breast health, and any deviation deserves a second look. Remember, when it comes to breast cancer signs, it's always better to be safe than sorry. These 5 breast cancer signs are not meant to scare you, but to empower you with knowledge. The earlier breast cancer is detected, the higher the chances of successful treatment. By learning these signs, you're giving yourself the tools to take control of your health. Make regular self-checks part of your routine, and always trust your instincts. If something feels wrong, don't wait. Get it checked. If this video could save even one life, it's worth sharing. So please hit the like button, subscribe, and share this with someone you care about. We're building a community dedicated to spreading life-saving health information, and your support makes it possible. Stay informed, stay healthy, and remember, knowledge is one of the most powerful tools against cancer.